So our project to build an ichiba, a fisherman's marketplace, and a dock in Motoyoshi has brought us here. This is the base of Oya Kozan. It's Oya gold mine. It's a mine that's been operational for about 30 years. And to mine gold, they use arsenic, or a cyanide byproduct, or a cyanide-based chemical, I guess, to separate the metals from the rocks. And when the mine closed about 30 years ago, they put all the cyanide-based products kind of in this like pond with a dam to keep it just kind of out of sight, out of mind, you know? And there's been a company that's been in charge of kind of overseeing the stability of these chemicals there. And when the earthquake happened, it caused a huge landslide. And what you're looking at, all of this blue tarp, is all of the mud and chemicals that were left from that mine that just washed right through the valley. This is all the mud with cyanide-based chemicals. This house that you're looking at wasn't here before. It was actually kind of up past where those trees are. And it slid with all the mud and the chemicals this way and kind of landed there. And the reason that all these blue sheets are over the mud is because the company that's in charge of this mine, for fear that this is going to dry out and turn into poisonous powder with cyanide-based chemicals in it, has kind of blue sheeted this whole thing to keep it from flying away, keep it from being airborne, basically. And they sent, the other problem is there's a river you can see going right through here. Right through here. It goes out where those guys are standing, and it flows right into the ocean. Right into that guy's front yard. He's a fisherman, and he has a small port right on the ocean. His house obviously is gone, his boat's gone, but they want to rebuild and start fishing there again. But he's really afraid that the river that goes into the port in front of his house is just leaking cyanide into the ocean. And they've called people about it, and the company that's in charge of taking over, or in charge of managing this facility ever since it closed, came out and they did a measurement, and they had a press conference, or a small, I guess, community meeting where about 100 people from around this area showed up. And they said that the levels were 24 times the legal limit, but there would be no effect on human health. And the locals aren't satisfied with that information. First of all, the fact that it's 24 times over the legal limit doesn't sit well with them. And second of all, they keep saying, like, asking the company that would be responsible for paying out millions of dollars in liability and insurance payouts to be the single source of information about how bad the poison actually is kind of like asking a kid to correct his own homework. But the stakes are really high, you know? So they need a third party to come out here and check for them and to really tell them if it's safe to be here, if it's safe to fish in the water anymore, and what's going on. So they asked Greenpeace to come out here and help. Greenpeace doesn't have the ability right now to check for cyanide and arsenic products. They've come out here as kind of a show of good faith to check their ocean for radiation, to show that they're moving, and they hope to take that information to the government and kind of influence them to come up here and do something, because they're not. And if they don't, we're going to need some help getting someone up here to check this stuff for them, because there's really not any point in building a fisherman's market and rebuilding the entire, economy base of this little village if it's based on water that's got arsenic in it. So, anyway, keep you updated.